Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I really went deep into my collection, thought about each of these products, and told myself that it would better serve other people or better serve the trash can. So if you're interested in what made the declutter of this year totally unplanned, I didn't think I was gonna do one. I hope you decide to stay tuned because we're about to get straight into it. Let's start off with some highlighters. I ended up deciding to get rid of the Essence Pure Nude highlighter. I find that more frequently than not, I do look a bit ashy with this. And although it's the only drugstore highlighter that I own, I feel like my Tribulation blush from NARS is more flattering on my skin tone. So I figure someone can make use of this. There's still a lot of product left and it's still really good. Next up, we have the Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter. I know guys, I can't believe I'm getting rid of it, but it's too pigmented for my liking. On my skin, I feel like it accentuates the texture, and I decided I'm gonna get the Dior Nude Glow highlighter, and I think it's kind of around the same peachy family, so I'm hoping it won't be as opaque as this shows up on my skin. I feel like it's really hard to manage the intensity on my skin, so it's still good and I will be giving this one away. Let's do some lip products. This is a lip gloss that I decided to get rid of. I feel like this only looks good when placed on top of a lip color, and because it's yellow and a lot of my lip colors are nude, sometimes it's not the best combination. But as you can see, I did use quite a bit of the product, so I'm just actually going to be throwing this one away. Now this is an Ultra Satin Lip in Stud. I decluttered this the last time. Why it ended up back in my collection, I honestly don't know. I don't believe I've used it since then, so we're gonna go away. I'm also gonna get rid of this NARS Power Matte Lip Pigment in Light My Fire. I don't use reds like this, and although this is the best formulation of liquid lipstick I've ever tried, the color is just not for me. I can count the amount of times I've used this on my fingers, so it's better served with someone else who enjoys using this reddish orange color on the regular. And because of that, I'm going to be getting rid of the Lasting Sensation lip liner from MAC. I was only keeping this for that Power Matte lip pigment, so I'm gonna get rid of it and pass it on along with the liquid lipstick to go with it. Now I'm gonna get rid of Russian Red. What? You said you were gonna keep it. I know I did say I was gonna keep it, but I have the Chili lipstick and I also have Ruby Woo. That's more than enough red lipstick. I have to be honest with myself. So I know someone that really loves red lipstick and could use it. So I'm also going to be giving them the Cherry lip pencil because I honestly don't use this all that much. I don't use reds too frequently, and if I do, I would prefer something a little darker to create some sort of gradient. So these can go to the same individual. Moving right along, I'm going to be getting rid of MAC's Current lip liner. I can swatch this one because the other ones were pretty self-explanatory with the bottom of the pencil. This is a very deep, dark berry shade, and I have Beat that I use for my one singular berry lipstick. So I figured I can give this one up. There's no use in me holding on to something that I will probably never use and just holding for collector's purposes. So I'm going to give this to my aunt. I think she has lipsticks that's very similar to this shade. Along with that, we're going to get rid of Stone. I don't know who I would give this to, honestly, but it is a gray brown tone lip liner. I have one lipstick that is similar to this shade. It's Dearly Beloved by MAC, but I honestly prefer to use a different lip liner with it. There's nothing else that I would use this for. So again, being honest with myself, it makes more sense to give it to someone in hopes that they would make use of it. All right, so let's move on to some other products. This is the MAC Eye Kohl in Power Surge. This shade here is kind of an antiqued bronze gold shade, and it is absolutely beautiful, but I would prefer this as an eyeshadow. It's very close to MAC's bronze shade. As an eyeliner though, this really doesn't do anything. I've used it a couple of times and thought it was okay, but nothing that I loved. And so it doesn't really have a purpose in my collection. So we're gonna see if someone likes this shade. Look at how pretty that is. But this is a shade for an eyeshadow for me, not an eyeliner. Guys, I am giving up my Etude House. What is this? BR403. I've had this for the longest. I had backups of this. I ended up giving it away. The love that I had for it just slowly died down. I have other shades from my MAC stash that I love more than this one. And so it's time to say goodbye to the lone standing Etude House item in my collection. I think that's it for Korean products, to be honest. So thank you for being so good to me, and hopefully you find a great new home. I'm actually gonna repurchase this item. This is gonna go in the trash. It's a little dry, and I know there's still a lot of product left in here. Anastasia has so much product in here that it's very hard for me to finish, because this shade Chocolate I don't use on my entire brow. I use it to outline and the tail end of my brow, so most of the time it ends up going bad. Anastasia, you want to do some minis of your brow pomades? Just a suggestion. This, however, from ColourPop, their brow color, I'm going to be throwing away as well. I did use quite a bit of this product. I just don't find it to be as good as the pomade, and that does upset me because this is more affordable. I would love to find a more affordable option than the pomade, but I've preferred that one through and through, so I'm gonna stick with it unless I can find something that's affordable and easy for shipment purposes, because Ulta, I don't know what you did, but you don't come to me as quickly anymore. Come on. I'm also gonna be giving away this ColourPop, what is it called? Creme Gel in Crybaby. It's a lilac shade here. As you can tell, I barely used it. I think because it's pastel, it doesn't have much of that fluidity, something like a darker, more solid color like black or brown would. So it does come off a little streaky, and I really don't have a need for this kind of eyeliner. I don't even own gel eyeliner anymore, so having this pastel one really doesn't make sense, so I will be giving it away. I honestly am a little taken aback by the fact that I'm going to be giving this concealer away. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and I have it in the shade medium. I used to love this concealer, but I think after trying NARS's Radiant Creamy Concealer, I honestly noticed the difference, and the NARS concealer is gonna win through and through. I absolutely love that one. So although this is a good concealer, it just doesn't compete with the NARS one. So I'm going to be throwing this away. I don't think that it would be safe to give it to someone else. So we're gonna go in the trash. This is a Fenty Match Stick. It came as a trio, and I absolutely do not like this concealer. This one here in Bamboo, I just find the consistency for what I would use it for, which is, you know, highlighting my under eye area. It's just too thick and it creases very easily. So I think I'm just going to scrape off the top and then give it to someone who is within this shade range. I'm finally going to throw away this Lancome Teint Idole Ultra makeup stick, and I used to use this as a contouring, bronzing cream stick, but now that I have the Fenty one and absolutely loved that, I think it's fair to just say bye-bye to this one. It is old, so it will end up in the trash. Well, hey there, Sunny Bronzer. How you been? As shown here, it is well loved, has a nice pan there. I really do love this bronzer. I just feel like it's time to go in the trash and make use of the ones that are a little more new and try to make sure that they are just as loved as this one is. Okay, Maybelline Fit Me. Oh, I hate this thing. This is the Matte and Poreless foundation in Soft Tan. This shade is too dark for me, and I don't like this foundation whatsoever. I have a lighter shade, I forget what it's called, I think it might be light beige, and I use that to mix with my NARS Radiant long wear foundation along with Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have two that are darker for me, so I just use that basically to lighten it up. I will never use it again. I don't like this foundation. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry to let you down, but it's not good. So I'm going to give this up. This product I actually won't be throwing away just yet, but eventually once I'm done or gone to a pretty nice dent of pan in here, I will eventually be getting rid of this. This is the Fit Me powder in 220 Natural Buff. Sorry guys, they're painting the walls outside, so you're gonna hear some noise. But I don't like this powder, so once I've gone through a good chunk of it, it will be going in the trash. This, I have a bunch of these in my stash just as backup. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carmine Black Mascara. This is my favorite drugstore one, and this one is just, it's past its prime and it's pretty much done with. I did open a new one up, so it's still living well in the collection, just this one has to go. I'm also just gonna give this MAC one. I haven't used it. Maybe someone can try it as a sample and see if they want to repurchase it, but I don't use this. I just don't. So why am I gonna pretend? This is a kabuki brush, a miniature one from Anastasia. As you can see, it's never been used. It's just decoration. So I'm gonna give it to someone else who can use it. I don't use kabuki brushes, so giving this one away. Here we have the Milk Makeup Stick. This is for cheeks and lips in work. This is new and I have not used it all that much. I don't use it enough to justify holding on to such a large product. I will never go through this ever. So someone who prefers cream products and uses it regularly, it should probably live with them. So I'm going to be giving this one up. This Laura Mercier, it's not translucent. What is it? Oh, it is translucent medium deep. This is too dark for me, and I keep holding on to it for whatever reason. I'm going to find someone who matches this skin tone or would like to use it as a loose bronzer, but for me, it's just collecting up dust. This is barely used. I put it in my older Laura Mercier trying to find or mix some sort of concoction to find close to my shade, but never did I actually use this product, so I can give it as is. Some single shadows. These are from NARS. I don't use them. I'm not into foresty greens. I actually am. I love the way they look. They just don't look good on me, so I've got to give up the dream. And I have very similar shades to this. They look almost the same here. Bunch of shades like this, don't need them anymore. These are gonna go in the trash because I don't feel comfortable giving these away. They are old and I've used them a lot more than these ones that I'm going to show you in here. So these are just, they're just gonna go in the trash. This is an old MAC palette, but all the shades in here are from ColourPop. These are shades that I felt I had very similar shades to already in existing palettes that I prefer over these singles. You have a selection of these greens, again, these foresty military greens. I love the way that they look. They just don't look good on my eyes. So I've got to accept the truth, and we're going to be finding new homes for these. It's been a while since I've had my Juvia's Place palettes. I'm guessing about 6 months. I've played with them a lot, as you can tell on my channel, and I feel like these two they just aren't worth keeping for me. I've said it 1,000 times. This palette here, these shades I already own, and then these two are just not my color story when it comes to colorful shades. So someone can definitely make better use of this. It's such a gorgeous palette. It's just not one that I feel has a place in my collection. Same story with this one. I have shades like these already. This shade I don't use. And then these two blues, although they are gorgeous, I do have something very close to them in other palettes. So as gorgeous as this one was, this one almost stayed in my collection, but I had to be honest with myself and knew that it would better serve someone else who is into that color story. So there we go. So that is it, guys. That concludes this declutter. Thank you guys for joining me in it, and till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. There's some music for you, some ASMR. I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy holidays to you and yours. Bye, guys.